Hello, hello. Oh my goodness. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, y'all. If you think that ads are a short term, get rich quick, lose it even quicker kind of strategy, and if you're wondering why you even need ads, if you are already successful, you're already making money, you definitely want to make sure you watch to the end of this live because I am going to be having you convinced that ads are the solutions to taking your sales to the next level. So I am super excited to talk today. And so here's what we're going to talk about. What I'm going to run through is one, how to create long-term success with your ads. Another thing that we're going to talk about is how to set yourself up for success from the very start. And then I'm gonna also walk you through three reasons why you need to add ads to your marketing mix, even if you're already successful. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is why my signature method, the Zeal method will help you to generate hundreds of new quality leads without hiring an agency. So I'm excited, y'all. It's going to be so awesome. So if you are excited about adding ads to your marketing mix this year, I have something to tell y'all. We are 60% sold out, y'all. So Maximize with Ads is 60% sold out. So that means we only have 4 spots left in this beta launch. And so if you have decided that this is the year that you want to exponentially increase your sales without burning yourself out, without having to do the most, and without having to burn your team out, let's say, now is definitely the time to join. So after Sunday, this Sunday, the cart will close and you will not be able to get the live instruction. You won't be able to get into the course until I plan to reopen in about April. We'll see. But if you are ready and you're like, hey, I know I am going to be hitting hard on ads this year. I really want to take my business to the next level, but I really, really want to do it in a way that is sustainable. Then you definitely want to head over to stacyzeal.co/ads so that you can join Maximize with Ads before the cart closes. So let's talk. And also make sure you DM me or send me any questions that you may have, because I'm definitely happy to answer any questions that have come up over this last couple of weeks of me doing all this content. So let's jump in. So let's talk about, so Facebook ads are a long-term strategy for increasing your sales. When you follow my approach of testing, learning, iterating, then you'll be able to scale and you'll be able to take your ads to the next level. And so I understand what you want. What you want is to generate quality leads 24/7, right? What you want is to put your course, your product sales, your workshop sales. What you want to do is put those things on autopilot. And so I understand that. And so I have a long-term vision, and ads, for one, are not going anywhere. Facebook ads are not going anywhere. Facebook is not about to let TikTok take them out. Let me just tell you that now. But keep in mind that Facebook ads are a long-term strategy. So what I'm teaching you in my course, Maximize with Ads, is how to integrate Facebook ads into your existing strategy, but to also make it so that what you're integrating into your existing strategy, and it's a long-term strategy. So there are literally like 2.8 billion monthly active users on Facebook. There are 1.9 billion monthly active users on Instagram. And so what does that mean? That means that there are 2.8 billion people who log into Facebook once every 30 days. There are 1.9 billion people who log into Instagram every 30 days, right? So that means that these platforms have a high reach. You're able to reach lots of people. You're able to get your message in front of lots of people. Oh, wait a minute. My notes are gone. That is so funny, y'all. My notes are literally disappeared. Okay. Let's keep going. So when you highlight what when you focus on really being able to, hey y'all. So when you focus on really being able to look at this as a long-term strategy, at Facebook ads as a way to create, revenue month after month after month, that's when you're going to have the most success with it. Okay. You're going to have the most success with your ads when you actually, when you take the time to figure out, like, how do I create a long-term strategy here? What is the actual funnel that I need to send people through? What is the messaging that attracts people to my world and to my space? How do I take that and then amplify that? And so that's what I'm teaching you how to do and Maximize. And you want to make sure that you're set up for success from the beginning, right? So from the beginning of when you're launching your ads, if you haven't launched any ads yet, or you haven't really started to see some success with your ads yet, you want to make sure that, one, you're infusing your messaging within the ads, because that's a lot of places where people fall flat, is that they're trying to really like tell people just buy. And so really what ads do and how I teach ads is how to amplify good marketing. And so if you're already doing good marketing, you're already understanding your messages, you're already understanding that you need to take people through a journey in order for them to convert. You're already showing up organically, you're sending your emails to your list, you're going live, you're doing all the things. At this point, what I come in to do and what I come to teach you with this ads is how to infuse more people. I teach volume, right? So that's unlike some of the other, people who may teach other Facebook ads and stuff like that. I am teaching volume. And it's because I have experience with volume. I have experience being able to spend millions of dollars on Facebook and be able to generate $150 million in a space that is always constantly moving. And so if you have a digital product, you have a digital course, you have a workshop, a summit, something that you have a one-to-many offer, you're going to always have to get in front of new people. And so that's one of the reasons that even if you are successful, right, even if you're saying like, hey, I am very successful in what I'm doing, I am making money. One of the reasons that you want to consider adding ads to your repertoire is that you will always have to get in front of new people, right? There isn't a time when you're going to get to a point where you're just like, I've got enough people in my funnel, because as you grow, as you get in front of more people, you're going to have to get more people into your mix. That's just the bottom line, right? You're gonna end up tapping out on the amount of people that you can actually serve if you aren't focused on filling the top of your funnel, right? If you're only focused on serving the bottom of your funnel, if you're only so focused on serving your hot leads, then you're not going to be able. Then eventually you're going to tap out, because some of those people are going to fall out. Some of those people are not ready for you, and so you always want to be making sure that you're filling your funnel with more new people. So even if you're successful, thinking about like, is what you're doing sustainable, right? If you needed to double the amount of leads that you got into a workshop, let's say you're like, hey, I want to go on a trip, and so I want to double my launch sales. If you had to double your launch sales, what would you do? Right? What would you do? And so what I'm teaching you is a long-term sustainable strategy that you can use over and over and over again with your business. This is a strategy that you can that is algorithm proof, because what I'm teaching you is how to elevate good marketing, right? When we think about it, my lens is ads, right? My lens that I teach you through is how to do is ads. But what I'm doing is taking my expertise, my marketing expertise, pairing it with what you know about your customers, you know about your people, you know them. And so when we come together and we can use ads to really figure out, how do I elevate the good marketing that you're already doing, right? And so focus on that. Like, stop focusing necessarily on really focusing on ads is like, oh my goodness, it's going to take time. It's going to take this. This is a long-term strategy that you can infuse into your business, right? Like, I was leading paid social at Zappos for 4 years, and they had been running ads like a year or so before I got there. And there's, they could be still running ads now. But the thing is, like, it's a long-term strategy. So what I'm teaching you is how to look into your business and say, like, where are the holes in my funnel? Where can I infuse messaging? How can I elevate what I'm already doing? How can I take the content that I'm already creating, and instead of having it die in the feed after a day or two, how can I take what I'm doing and then take it to the next level? So that's one of the reasons you want to think about, even if you are successful, is including ads into your marketing mix, because you're going to have to get in front of new people always, right? Another reason that you think that you'll want to consider adding ads to your repertoire, even if you are successful, is that you've done the work. Let's start there. And this is going to be one that's very, very straightforward. So you've done the work of creating an offer that serves people. You've done the work of understanding who your people are, and you've done the work of understanding, of creating a journey that takes people from A to B. I promise you, ads are not as hard as posting 17 reels a day. It's not as hard. And just because you can post 17 reels, you can create 2 podcasts, you can, go live 3 times a week, you can send 4 emails out. Just because you can do all that stuff does not mean that you have to. There is an easier way. There is an easier way to make sure that your content is getting in front of more people, right? It's not making sure that you don't write a blog post, you post about it once or twice, and then maybe you post about it in a couple of weeks from now, right? This is a way to really take all of your best marketing and put it on a larger stage, and to put it in front of more people who actually need it, even if those people are not thinking about the solution that you offer at the moment. That's why it's so amazing to leverage Facebook ads versus Google ads, because with Google, people have to have a very, very low intent, right? People are actually going to Google and saying, I am looking for a workshop to help me with my LinkedIn strategy. Right. I am looking for, someone to help me to be able to talk to my kids better. Right. I am looking for someone who can help me to sell better. Right. That's what Google ads are for. But with Facebook ads, the great thing is that you can get in front of people even if when they have the problem, but they're not thinking about you. And let me give you an example. So an example I love to use is, so I've had laser hair removal in the past, and I've been thinking about getting it again. It's been years. I've been thinking about getting it again. It's one of those things that, I have a million things on my mind, a million things going on, right? And so what the issue is that I'm not necessarily thinking about it enough to go and Google, right? But it's a need that I have. And so Laser Away, they like, I happen to see an ad pop up in my feed for Laser Away. And I'm like, oh shit, yes. I've been meaning to reach out and get the pricing. I've been meaning to get that solution, right? I've been meaning to figure out, what the pricing is so that I can, budget for getting it again. And so with Laser Away, with that ad, they caught my attention with the messaging because it was speaking directly to me, someone who was like, wants to get laser hair removed. They didn't have to convince me on, they didn't have to tell me what it was, right? I'm already someone who's like, yes, I know what it is. I want it. So that's one component of it. Another component is that they had me fill out a form in order to get what I wanted, which was the pricing. Right. And so they had me fill out a form because then that means they can call me, they can email me, they can follow up with me because they have a way to capture people who may not convert the first time. Because we have to keep in mind, we're drawing in cold traffic for the most part with Facebook ads. And so with the ways that I teach you and the reason that I focus on messaging and customer journey and making sure that you have your organic amplification still going is for that reason, is because everybody is not going to make it through your funnel. I've run over 1,200 ads. I've done the things, right, of actually being able to see what happens when you get cold traffic into your funnel. So everybody's not going to convert the first time. That's why it's important to make sure you're following my methodology so that you don't end up with a business that is solely dependent on ads. And if their algorithm changes or something like that, then your business tanks. And honestly, businesses that tanked after the algorithm changed and did not recover are the businesses that were really trying to focus on hacking the algorithm. And so what I do not teach you how to hack the algorithm. To me, hacking the algorithm is an oxymoron, right? Because how can I hack something that is always going to have the last word, right? How can I hack the algorithm? How can I beat Facebook's algorithm? You can't. There are so many people that are trying to beat the algorithm or teaching you like how to overcome that. That's not what I'm teaching you. What I'm teaching you is how to elevate good marketing. It's how to take your good marketing that you're already doing and put it on a larger scale, put it on a larger stage, and doing it in a way that is effective, doing it in a way that's cost effective, and doing it in a way that really stands out from the feed and really attracts your ideal customers. And so when I think about my methodology, my Zeal method, that is what's going to help you to generate hundreds of new quality leads without an agency. That's what's going to help you to scale and help you to get to the next level. Again, I teach volume. And so if you're not ready for volume, if you don't have a one-to-many offer that is ready for volume, this course is not for you. But what I'm going to be teaching you is how to look long-term at your Facebook ads and integrate them into your marketing strategy and elevate what you're already doing, and teaching you how to test, teaching you how to iterate, teaching you how to scale, teaching you how to read your numbers, and in doing these things in a way that's not going to take up all your time, right? Because I don't know if it surprises you or not, but honestly, I have a client and we check their ads like once or twice a week, right? Like it's not something that you necessarily have to dedicate all of your time to, but it is something that you do need to watch. You need to, you do need to dedicate some time to it, right? Because this is a long-term strategy. Again, I'm not teaching you, how to chase trends. I'm not teaching you how to be the next Clubhouse superstar. What I'm teaching you is how to take advertising, which has existed since the beginning of time, right? And to actually put it into a space where your customers are already hanging out, where they're already making buying decisions, where you're already finding success, right? Because if you're already finding success on Instagram, you're already finding success on Facebook, why are you going to go get on TikTok, right? When you haven't even maximized what you've been doing on Facebook and Instagram. And so that's what my Zeal method is going to teach you. That is what I'm infusing into this course. And so I really want y'all to understand that even if you are already playing on a big stage, you always are going to need new people. You're always going to, get to that point where, you feel like you're spending too much time on your marketing. You're spending too much time trying to get people into your funnel, but not enough time serving your clients, or not enough time figuring out, focusing on other things that you have to focus on as the CEO. And so when I think about Maximize with Ads, the course that is in beta right now, that is going to be the Zeal method brought to life. It is teaching you how to create magnetic ads, how to create ads that stand out from the feed and attract your ideal customer. Because a lot of times, a lot of ads that you see on Facebook are falling flat because there's no messaging, right? Because they're not talking specifically to somebody, they're talking to everybody, and then it falls flat. And so I'm teaching you how to infuse, how to take the messaging that you already know works and turn it into an ad that is effective. I'm teaching you how to take your customer journey that you already have, and what are the things that you have to do to account for cold traffic going into your funnel? Because for the most part right now, you're probably getting a lot of warm traffic that's going into your funnel. You're getting people who are looking at your lives, people who are following you on Instagram, following you on Twitter. All those people are a little bit warmer than you're just going after cold traffic. But my specialty is taking cold traffic and converting them into into sales. And so that's why I take you through this approach. And that is why I'm not an ad strategist that teaches you to rely only on ads, because I have checklists and things to make sure, like make sure you're sending out your weekly emails, make sure that you're going live, make sure you're doing all these things that you're already doing organically. But let's figure out how to layer ads into the mix so that way we can really, really take things to the next level. So we can really add fuel to the fire, right? Because that's what we're trying to do here with Facebook ads is we're adding fuel to the fire. We're taking what's already brewing in your marketing, what's already working in your business, and figuring out how do we put it on a larger stage. And even thinking about, thinking about Rihanna, and I'll land it here. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. But when you think about, Rihanna, the last few weeks, she just had her Super Bowl halftime show, and even before that, she was running ads. She was running ads to Fenty Beauty, Fenty by Savage. All of these things were running ads. Why? Because even if you are on the largest stage on the planet, right? For the most part, you're on the largest stage on the planet, which is halftime Super Bowl. She still recognizes that it is very important to be able to get in front of new people, to get new people into her ecosphere, even if they don't convert right away, right? Like if you think about, like I said, long-term strategies, if you're thinking about the marketing that you're doing now, it's likely going to pay off in a couple months. It's likely not going to be something that, pays off right now. So your marketing, if you're looking at your marketing as a long-term strategy, you're looking at your ads as a long-term strategy, then that's how you create sustainable success. That's how you start to really infuse, take what you're doing and put it on a bigger stage like Rihanna did, right? She understands that all hands need to be on deck. Everybody needs to be pointing in the same direction so that way we can have this residual impact. Because I am still listening to Rihanna's music, all the time, even though I hadn't listened to her in 6 years, right? I'm still listening. I am still a Fenty Beauty user, of course, right? But all of the new people that she has now captured to get into her world, to start to understand, what is Fenty Beauty about? How can this help me? What is Fenty by Savage? I didn't know they had these cute, awesome sweatsuits that, were on stage at the Super Bowl. So this is what I want you to start to think about your marketing as a long-term strategy. Your ads are a long-term strategy. And so if you're looking to just infuse a little bit of money into your business and say like, hey, I just really need, a couple $100s to get me to my goal this month, this course is not for you. But if you're looking to say like, you know what, I have ambitious goals this year. I really want to hit my revenue numbers, but I don't want to burn myself out doing it. I don't want to get to a place where I am, struggling to get leads. I don't want to get to a place where my email list has gone stale and has gone stagnant and I haven't been able to add new people to my mix. You don't want to get to a place where in 3 months you realize, oh crap, I was so busy these last couple months that my marketing was not working for me. Because usually when I talk to CEOs, marketing is the first thing that falls off your to-do list when you start to get really busy. Okay. And so keep in mind that, again, what you're doing now is going to pay off in 3 months. It's not going to necessarily pay off right away. It's going to pay off in 3 months. So when you start to get people, when you start running ads now, think about where you're going to be in the next few months when you start to add hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people to your list, right? Think about qualified people again, because what I'm teaching you are methods of attracting your qualified audience, right? I'm not teaching you how to just get the most amount of leads for the cheapest amount of money. What I'm focused on is taking the marketing that you're doing and turning that into an ad strategy that you can then use to attract your ideal clients, right? So that is what I have for y'all today. I hope that this was helpful in helping you to get a little clarity on seeing Facebook as a long-term investment in your business, being able to find ways to put your lead generation on autopilot so that you can focus on other areas of your business, so that you can focus on tightening up your systems and making your operations and creating better programs and creating better offers. But it starts with being able to say, like, where in my business can I add some automation? Have I done the work? Have I put in the sweat to be able to say, you know what? I know who my people are. I've created an amazing offer. I have a funnel. I have been doing all the grunt work to be able to get to where I am. And now it's time for me to take things to the next level. But I don't want to do that in a way that's going to burn me out. I don't want to do that in a way that's going to require all of my time, right? Because again, as you get on a larger stage, you will continue to have to get in front of more people. You will always have to get new people into your funnel. And so think about this now. If you had to double your launch sales, if you have a launch coming up in the next few months, and you said, I want to go to Fiji as a trip to my, as a reward for my launch, what are you going to do to double the amount of leads you get right now? What are you going to do to be able to take what you're doing to the next level? And how are you going to sustain that? Because again, it's not just about saying like, I've added 100 leads to my list. Great. No, I'm done. It's about figuring out like how do you sustain what you're doing? How do you make it a long-term strategy? And so that's what I'm going to be teaching you in Maximize. So again, we are 60% out, sold out, y'all. I am so excited because I have launched many times and I have never sold 60% out before, and I am going to get to 100%, y'all. Okay. So we are going to be 100% sold out by Sunday. So our cart is closing on Sunday. If you have any questions about the course, make sure that you send me an email, make sure you send me a DM, or if you have my email address, you're more than welcome to email me, because I want to make sure that the right people get into this course. Because again, once I launch this course live, which is going to be about April, I am not going to be live teaching it. Right. I'm not live teaching I'm teaching it live now. I'm creating this beta experience now so that I can make sure that this is the best course out there, because y'all know I don't half-ass nothing. Right. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Okay. And so I'm going to leave it all on the floor. I hope to see you there. I'm super excited to see some people who are on the live who are already going to be there. I'm already thinking about ideas for how we can really take what you're doing to the next level. So if you have questions, please let me know. Otherwise, head over to stacyzeal.co/ads to be able to secure your spot. Again, we only have 4 spots left. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we tap out at 10, because I want to make sure that this experience is really, really hands-on and super customized for the people who have decided to raise their hand and to jump in here before we get to our full launch. So thanks again, y'all. I hope that this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the meantime. Otherwise, I'll see y'all in Maximize. Happy Friday. Have a good weekend. I'll talk to y'all later.